Hello. So I thought this would be a vlog. Monday, June 15th, 2026. Um, well, let's start off about yesterday, I guess. Well, since I didn't talk about this, sometimes you get clients that do not take the hints when someone's not interested in them. Like, I had a client who was talking to somebody and they had a date but hasn't heard anything from them for a month. So 30 days, a month. No text messaging, no social site messaging, nothing for a month. And when I told her, because I was like, well, I'm not going to say anything, I'll pull cards. And I pulled cards, and yeah, there was like lack of interest, there was boredom, and they were seeing or reaching out to other women. And when I told her that he was just not interested in her, she was very upset and asked why. And I said, well, he finds that the connection is not what he wants, it's not compatible. He finds that it's boring, that I was honest with her. I mean, you got to be honest with people. You can't just sugarcoat and give them a fairy tale. And I just was like very, you know, direct with her. And she's like, you know, well, why won't he? What's wrong with me? I said, it has nothing to do with what's wrong with you. It's just that there's just no compatibility here. It's just, he feels that um, things wouldn't work out between you both. So he didn't contact you to say that he wasn't interested. He just basically left you alone. And she wasn't happy about that, obviously. And she was like, well, you're saying that he won't contact me? I said, yes. And I said, you should know this because it's been a month. I mean, it's been a month. He basically ghosted you and he's not interested. And a lot of women especially, get attached when they go even on a first date, or when they talk to, I'm guilty of it myself, but when they talk to somebody online, you know, and it just kind of, you know, throws me off in some ways. But I totally get that, that ghosting. I totally get that. And you would think that I would know better, seeing things for how they are, but I too can be blind. You know, I've had where I've been love bombed, but I didn't see it as being love bombed. And he was very eager to make a future with me. He actually wanted me to marry him. And he even sent me documents. I mean, and he was like, if we can't get married, at least a civil union. And he sent me documents for both things. And I had enough money saved up to go see him. I planned to get a plane ticket, and I looked up where I could stay, but he offered his place. It was just, and yeah, it was rushed, it was fast, and then all of a sudden he disappeared. I mean, if you're not wanting something like that, why say things like that? If you're not wanting something, like a commitment. I mean, even if it's a bleh, I can't even talk. A commitment without a contract, that's fine. But I can't, if you're not really wanting that, why are you saying that? I mean, are you trying to impress me? Are you trying to just, make me believe you? And then you just disappear. You'll say something. He would say something so romantic, so loving, and then be gone for 3 months. Sometimes it would be, and then later on, it was like a year and a half. and he'd always want to come back. And I've just had enough with him, and I've got him blocked. But I totally understand where she's coming from. We get so attached. And I think we get attached because we are so lonely as well. That women get attached that we're so lonely, we're ready, we're willing, we're able, we're ready to, start, be loved and to love someone. And we get ignored, or we get ghosted, we get abandoned, we get replaced. I've had all these things done to me, My phone's ringing. And I'm not answering because I'm busy. But that just, got to me yesterday. And I started thinking about my past as well, and everything from my past. And I try to bury it. I try to look at it as, why is this happening for me instead of why is this happening to me? Why did this person treat me this way? I don't want this at all. And it's just, I think it's we want love, and we want to give love. And it builds up so much, and we just attach to anyone that shows us attention. We just attach to them. And then we end up getting hurt in the long run. We're not careful when we should be. And they could say the right things to you, tell you the great, wonderful things, and then just disappear or replace you. The things I've been replaced with are not necessarily other women. I've been replaced by baseball cards, comic books, movies, games, the internet, like YouTube and social sites. And they weren't really talking to other women on the social sites. They were just, that was more important than, having a conversation with me. And the way it would work with those that chose other things, not just, not seeing not seeing a woman or anything, but like, for example, my son's father, there was one day, and I usually ask him every day, how was your day? How was your day? Did your day go well? Just trying to see how he's, how things were for him at work. And this one day, he was on YouTube, and I guess I bothered him because I asked the question, and the look that I got was like, why are you talking to me? So I ended up stop asking that question anymore. How was your day at work? I stopped asking that question because I was curious. I wanted to know how he was feeling, how he was doing at work, if there was any stress or struggles. I was also trying to make conversation, and that really irked me. And there were things that I stopped doing because he would snap at me. And it wasn't, like asking how he was at work, asking how he's, doing, if, he could help me with this, if he could help me with that. And it just got to the point, well, you know what, I'll just do it myself, and everything. I'm not going to ask you for help. I even did a test where I had a rolled up piece of paper on the floor in the hallway at this apartment that we used to live at. And I wanted to see if he would pick it up. So I left it there. It sat there for 5 days, and he didn't pick it up. It was right there, right in front. You couldn't miss it. It was just right there in the hallway. You could not miss it. But he never picked it up. and that told me a lot that day. And what really I should have paid attention to was when he came to visit me from Colorado to Ohio. He rode a bus. And we were in my kitchen. My kitchen was small at the apartment that I lived in. My kitchen now is kind of big. But at the apartment I used to live at in Ohio, it was kind of small. And I'm a playful kind of person. I'm a playful kind of person. So I was, trying to be playful, and I tickled his belly, and he got mad at me for tickling his belly, for trying to make him laugh. And that should have been my clue that I should have just stayed in Ohio, not even bother going to Colorado. That should have been the dead giveaway. But I still went to Colorado. I'm still here. And I want out of here so bad. I want out of Colorado so bad. I don't know if I want to go back to Ohio. If I go back to Ohio, I don't want people to know I'm there. There's certain people, mostly family, that I do not want them to know that I'm in Ohio, because I will be put in family drama, and I don't want to be put in family drama. I don't want that. And I thought about, going somewhere where there's like water, because I want to be near water so bad. That's like my dream. I want to be near water. I miss being in Gulfport, Mississippi. I miss that, because the Gulfport. I miss the beach. I miss it. I lived there with my mom. Took me down there. I was there with her and with my grandpa and his wife at the time. And I loved it there. I love water. It could be even a lake. I just want to be near water. I just want to have somewhere where I'm near water. And I've been looking around places that, like beaches, lakes, rivers. I just want to be near water. That's like my main thing. And I've had this feeling for like, before I even moved out here. Gosh, I want to say like when I got out of high school, which was like in '94, I really wanted to be near water. But that's like my thing. And I miss it. I just miss the sand in my toes, and I'm a bigger person now than what I was back then, but it's just, I miss it. I just miss the water. I miss the sound of it, the smell of it. Gosh, I can't stop thinking about it now. But that's basically a vlog for today, where I guess I should just end it. I didn't realize I talked this long. Good God, I'm a talker. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful Monday. So far, so good. I had my wound changed, so I got a new bandage on it. The nurse came over, so we got that taken care of. Oh, and plus, she doesn't think it's going to be open by the time my doctor's appointment comes. And I kind of had a feeling about that, but the main nurse that does the measuring and everything will be here on Wednesday. So we'll see what she says. And she's actually going to come out on Friday too, apparently. I don't know why, but she's supposed to also come out on Friday. So we'll see. But anyway, have a great Monday. And I'm sorry I took so much of your time. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And maybe it gave you an idea that, maybe look at your relationship, or with what you want a relationship. And if you haven't heard from them in a month, I would I would close the door and move on for somebody else. So, blessings.